what makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character are competing to be crowned Home of the Year. Tonight, the judges will visit 3 very different homes, scoring each of them out of 10. The home with the highest score will go through to the final at the end of the series. Looking for functionality, individuality and clever design are design legend Hugh Wallace.
A house is transformed when you have the homeowner's personality stamped on it.
Renowned interior designer Deirdre Whelan.
Every year we see something new in the competition, and this year I'm expecting no less.
And award-winning architect Peter Crowley.
As an architect, understanding how to utilise natural daylight is a fundamental consideration in the design of any home.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. On his family's farm in County Cavan, Kevin O'Neill has created a modern home for himself from a disused barn.
As an architectural technologist, it's always my dream to design my own home. My house is an old stone barn. It's a New York loft style internally. It's quite modern. The picture window is actually the old barn door. From downstairs, if you're looking up, you can see the top of the trees. And then if you're in the loft area, you can actually just look straight across through it, which I think is really cool. I wanted to tie in with what was here originally. That was really important to me. So you have the timber, you have brick, and then you have the metal. The kitchen design came about because I like to cook. I wanted to keep a lot of the stuff exposed so I can just grab it off the shelf. And of course, the sweet jars there, which the nieces and nephews love. This is my favourite spot. This is the loft. This is where I come to play music, to play games. It's still got the connection to downstairs, and it's got the fantastic view outside. It's just a really relaxing and fun place to be. A lot of people, when they open the doors, don't expect a room like this, and I think there's a bit of a wow factor there as well, which I think the judges will really like.
The judges must now assess the home armed with only the basic facts about the property and its owner.
Isn't it just terrific to see that wonderful stonework? And particularly with the backdrop of trees.
Yes, very idyllic as well. This looks like a substantial old building, and what I like about it is that the new bits are very clear. It's very easy to read.
There's 2 ways you'd see these kind of restorations approached. One is where you go and source traditional materials and traditional detailing, and the other is where you make a contemporary installation so that it's very legible, it's very clear, and I think this is the route they've taken here, and I'm really interested to see what it leads to internally. Should we see?
Yes. Oh, this is fantastic. Quite unexpected.
It's just terrific. You're walking into this double volume space, tons of roof lights here, and that big window. So you've got that wonderful view up to the canopy. It's just really dramatic to come in here.
This is what I was hoping for, to be honest. This is a very modern intervention. The homeowner has just gone for it, and I really appreciate that.
This is a very well laid out kitchen. The timber and the brick and the grey are a lovely combination, and they create lovely warmth in here.
I think this person is very organised, because if you look at everything is labelled, and then they have a very sweet tooth, which is wonderful. You know, the material and the size of this couch is terrific. The dark grey and the texture, it's sort of like a rough linen, offset against that mustard chair. So there's a lovely counterbalance to it.
The pop of colour is definitely very important. Without it, I think it would be quite lost.
I think the telly would have been best on this wall, and in fact the couch over here against the wall coming back this way, because I really want to enjoy that view.
And when you're watching the telly, it's probably in the evening, so I'm not too fussed about what's outside.
Oh, I don't agree at all. When I'm sitting here, I'm just looking at that.
Yeah,
You know,
but I'm looking at the telly, because I'm looking at the telly.
I just think I could be a bit more inspired and look that way. That's all.
Hugh and Deirdre and their furniture arrangement discussions, does it ever end?
I think the other thing you have here is the light in this space is by those pendants. I think it would have been great had they been brought over the table with a delicious big chandelier. I think it would have just added that sort of finishing touch.
Yeah.
I like that they've kept it very simple. This white oak floor, the white walls, this red brick, and then this black ladder and railing above. You know, it's all very legible as new work, and I think that's very clever.
There's almost kind of a New York vibe of it, New York loft vibe, and I'm very curious to see what's upstairs. So shall we go and explore?
Absolutely.
Well, we found the owner's den and favourite spot. Great little hideaway up here, foosball, music, and that incredible view that has completely changed.
It's incredible, isn't it?
What a terrific space they've created for themselves up here. However, I find the access to this space just disappointing. It's just annoying me.
Yeah, the up and down is definitely a challenge. A very compact shower room.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and the brick has been brought in here, forms the shower area. It's actually quite generous, despite the fact that it's very small.
Brick shower, I think it's my first time seeing one. It'll be interesting to see how that weathers.
Yahoo!
Lovely little bedroom. Love the fact we've got a bit of colour, but the best part of this room is actually the view. I just think waking up in the morning to that would be great.
There's a lovely freshness in this room. The birch ply is lovely. The use of it, the little bedside table and even the open wardrobe works very well in this room.
It's just a little bit tight. It's quite a big house, actually, and the room just feels like it could do a little bit more given over to it.
The home will now be marked out of 10. One score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
This home is a great example of what you can do with that old barn you've been looking at for years. That double height, open plan space with the loft above was really well conceived. I'm giving this home an 8.
I love the high-level picture window. It's unusual and brings drama to the room. The bedroom offers calmness and intimacy, and when all combined, make this a very comfortable home. I'm giving it a 9.
I admire the owner who has proven that you can renovate these old buildings and bring them up to modern living standards in every way. I would like to have seen a number of items considered better. The lighting in the living dining area and the furniture layout in this otherwise tasteful and attractive home.
Owen Murray, his wife Kate and their daughter Evie live in an extended semi-detached home in County Dublin.
We bought the house 3 years ago, always with a view to extending it. We started works with the builders the very same day, ended up in hospital having Evie. So the house kind of became part of the family at the same time, so it all grew together.
We moved the front door to the side of the house, so when you walk into the front door, you basically see the garden straight away because we have these sliding doors that open up the garden completely.
I guess it's not your typical extension. There's lots of unusual angles to it, so that's partly to bring in as much light into the house, and then also there's a central pivot point which opens up then into the dining room, the kitchen, and up the stairs. This is my favourite spot, the window seat in the master bedroom. We put it in specifically so it had a place to relax, can read a book and just enjoy the view. Even though we're surrounded by houses and the train tracks, all you can see is the trees and the greenery, and you get such nice light in the evenings.
I really hope the judges love our home as much as we do.
We've really tried to put as much of our personality and colour into all the living spaces and use it as a functional family home, but that we actually really enjoy spending time in.
So these houses would have been some of those early concrete structures built in the kind of 30s and 40s here. They're not very big, so space is at a premium. We've got to work hard at it, and I can see that this homeowner has added quite a substantial splayed extension to the side.
I think painting the facade in black is a good move. It makes it look very contemporary. It looks like the front door has been moved as well from the front to the side. So shall we go and have a look?
Let's.
Oh my, look at this. Gosh, this is fabulous, isn't it? So unexpected.
I have to say, walking in is a visual treat. It's very urbane, you know, very modern.
Yeah.
Complete contrast to a home that's 80 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. There's this expansive glazing across the back of the house, which is just letting light flood in. There's a great connection to the garden and all of these angles. I really enjoy the way the extension kind of dances across the back of the house. It's been worked in a very interesting way, I think.
We've got beautiful brick and fantastic exposed timber slatted ceiling. Brings a lot of warmth and character to the home. Punch of aubergine colour for the kitchen cupboards, again, unexpected. And then they've gone for a polished concrete floor, which kind of draws you into the rest of the house.
So we're very much on trend with our blackboard wall. Evie's obviously been here. What I like about the kitchen is the fact that it's a very simple kitchen and it's been transformed because of the colour, and it actually makes it look very posh.
The best bit for me is this here. The window seat with the herb garden just outside. There's a real social sense to this kitchen. You know, people are going to come in, sit down, have a chat with whoever is cooking, reach out here, grab a bunch of herbs. Fantastic.
One of the things I've noticed in the house is all of the surfaces are hard, and I think you just have a noise issue. In the home, I think some softening, maybe by shears or by a rug under the table, would have just made the difference.
So it's the sitting room. Look at that colour on the walls. I mean, it's so dark and so bold, and it's set against this beautiful oak herringbone floor.
Well, I think these homeowners are not afraid to use colour. We had the aubergine in the kitchen, and then we've got this intense dark blue on the walls. It certainly makes this room feel very kind of cosy.
This is the entire width of the original house. That's what's amazing. And between the extension they've put on here, it's allowed them actually to create a real sense of space in this home, which originally would have been very small.
So we have the master bedroom and this wall of storage made of birch ply. It's a really nice piece of furniture.
Coming into this room shows you why there needed to be an extension on this house, because it genuinely is so small. Even so, this extension feels quite compact.
They've beautiful curtains. Ideally, I would have liked to have seen them go all the way up to the ceiling, because at the moment, it gives that optical illusion that the ceiling is actually lower in this room than it is.
Yeah, totally agree.
So we have the owner's favourite spot, and I really like that they've used the depth of the wall to make this window seat. I can see there's a stack of books here. I think our homeowner just comes up here in the evening, grabs a book, sits back and relaxes.
And look what we have here. Oh, Evie's room. Isn't this just the cutest?
It's just wonderful. And I'm drawn over here. Look, isn't this just wonderful? And Peter, they even have a book for you. Peter Rabbit colour. If you'd have had this, think of what you'd be like today.
Isn't she lucky? White is a colour hue, and you of all people should know that. This homeowner's ability to look beyond the ordinary has created a highly unusual and extraordinary piece of architecture. The extension across the rear of this home is a masterclass in how this should be arranged and planned. It's clever, individual, and highly creative. It's a 10 for me.
The homeowner's style is very on trend at the moment, with the bold use of architectural colours as well as the use of birch ply timber to create a sophisticated and personalised home. I would like to have seen the use of curtains or rugs to introduce softer elements into it. This is an inspirational home, and I'm giving it an 8.
This former tiny home has been transformed into an incredible family home. The finishes in here are a delight. The use of exposed brick, timber ceiling, polished concrete floors, and that pop of aubergine in the new extension bring a lovely warm feeling.
Helen McVitie O'Hara and husband Alan live in a modern 3-storey townhouse in Belfast, and they spent over 3 years adapting it to suit their own unique, individual style.
When we first moved in here, it was just a white box, with very much a blank canvas to do what we want with it. Using colour was very much a way to try and give it its own personality. Yellow is one of my favourite colours, so you'll see it is very much running throughout the house. Choosing a starting point for any room, it could be anything from a cushion or a rug or something you want to kind of tie everything around using one object. This is our favourite spot, the snug. This room has so many different uses. An area to sit and watch television, to listen to music, to read a book, and then to add to all that, we have the amazing views out to Belfast Lough and up to Cavan. I couldn't put a label on exactly what my style is, because you just know what you like.
Every room you walk into, there's definitely a wow factor. When it all comes together, it works.
It's taking that gamble, yeah.
Well, there's certainly a very jolly welcome at the front door. Lots of potted plants and pretty flowers.
And a real burst of colour. So I hope we're going to get that inside.
Oh, look at this.
Isn't this great? It's like a step back into the 60s. I love the colours, and the wallpaper is just so vibrant.
It's bold. And the yellow on the stairs is a real statement, but works very well against the duck egg green. Lots of fun trinkets around the place. Oh, I think we're going to have fun in this home.
Absolutely.
Do you know what's very smart? There's a glass door here in the hallway that lets us see right through to the garden at the back. This is a very contained, small hall, but that sense of space and light makes it feel much bigger.
It does, and you've got a bike in the hall, which is hanging there. It's almost a piece of art.
Yeah.
I hope they clean it before they bring it in.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do too. Talk about another bold statement of colour. Wow. The blue on the wall is very striking, and I'm glad that they kept the ceiling white, because if they'd gone for a dark colour, it might all be a little bit too heavy. And lots of personal trinkets around the place. Certainly a feast for the eyes, isn't it?
I just love it. All that objet d'art around this room. I particularly like that lovely arrangement over the dining table.
These homeowners have got a lot out of this room, I think, for such a small room. But is there too much in here? I mean, I imagine myself coming home after a day of work, sitting down here in the living area, and all I can see is things everywhere, and I think I'd find it impossible to relax. It's quite claustrophobic, actually.
It's full on, but you know what? I think some people just love this.
Peter, as it says on the wall, say yes to adventure. I'd be happy as Larry in this room.
I think less is more, Hugh.
That, to me, is a typical arrogance of an architect. Shall we go outside? You know, the way the garden's been stepped means you're getting privacy from the houses overlooking you.
This is fantastic. They've certainly made it almost like a room with all those plates and trays out here. Very nicely done. What a splash of colour. Whoever lives here loves flowers and plants. But what's lovely is that we've got the grey on the kitchen units. It's very calm, and it's a nice contrast to the boldness that we see on this wall over here.
This glass screen is a very, very smart device. It gives us separation between the kitchen and the living and dining areas, which will work very well for acoustics and cooking smells.
Goodness me! Talk about brave. We're up in the attic. It's like a hideaway up here. And look at that bold graphic on the wall.
I think the inspiration came from the cushion, but I just wonder which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Do you know why that works so well in this room? There's no pictures on it, so it's not distracting, and that's why it's so strong and so powerful.
Yeah, finally a bit of calm in this house. It's actually relaxing up here. I could imagine throwing on a record, sitting down and forgetting about the world.
I just think there's a real sense of design and colour from from the homeowners. And in fact, we're in their favourite spot. And I think it's intriguing that it's up here in the attic. It's like a den from the 70s.
Do you know what I think it is as well? Downstairs is quite tight and they've a lot of trinkets that they like and there's not enough space to put it all in. Whereas here, everything has a bit of space to breathe.
So we have the master bedroom, I presume.
It's very intense colour that they've gone for here. It's very dark aubergine. I'm not sure whether I like it.
It's just that really strong colour in a room that's already quite small and quite contained. I feel like the walls are coming in on me, like the room is just contracting.
I don't agree with either of you. I think this is a wonderful room. It's a boudoir. I think when the lights go down, it's a lovely, calm space to be in. And what intrigues me is I have this yellow square in complete contrast to the colours in this room. It creates a graphic, and that's what this house is very much about. I just love the boldness of this. So I think the homeowners have done an amazing job on transforming this home into something really special. This house is like being on a magical design journey. Every room has been transformed solely through design ability and creativity. I love it, and I'm giving it a big 10.
Bold and brave. These homeowners went all out. This home offers a pure escape from the outside world. Every room makes a personal statement. This home may not be for everyone, but I certainly enjoyed it. I'm giving it an 8.
This homeowner's personality is certainly stamped all over this home. I do appreciate their creative instinct, but I think there's just too much going on visually. In a home where space is at a premium, I feel more restraint is required.
Now that the judges have visited all 3 homes, it's time to see how they measure up against each other. First, Hugh reveals his score for the converted barn in County Cavan.
You have that lovely big space, that kitchen with all those yummy jellies. However, for me, in that big living area, I would love to have seen lighting at a lower level. I gave this home a 7.
Oh, I'd hoped you'd given it a higher score, but I know where you're coming from. So, a 9, an 8 and a 7, and that gives us 24.
Next, Deirdre gives her score for the extended semi-detached home in Dublin.
I liked the fact that there was a lot of space, big patio doors, and then the surprise of the living room was painted in quite a moody colour. I thought it was a wonderful home, and I gave it a 9.
I'm delighted to hear that.
10, 9 and an 8, we have 27. Wow.
It's a great score.
It's a big one.
Finally, Peter tells us his score for the contemporary townhouse in Belfast.
There was just so much going on. For me, if you've got a small home with limited spaces, you need to be more restrained, take a more simple approach, and I couldn't have relaxed there. I gave it a 6.
Oh, that's very harsh, Peter, now.
Obviously, we just don't agree at all.
No.
This is about home of the year, and I think that house had home stamped all over it.
So 10, a 6 and an 8. So that gives us 24. And we have our finalist.
And a very worthy finalist. I'm delighted to see it in. It's about what's possible in one of these standard homes.
The home through to the final is the extended home in Dublin. Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year.